Did you know that as of the first quarter of 2025, U.S. household debt reached $18.20 trillion, according to the New York Fed Center for Microeconomic Data report? That's a staggering number, and it's more than the GDP of many nations. At the same time, credit card debt alone hit $1.21 trillion, based on the New York Fed's quarterly report from late 2024. But it's not just the debt load that's worrying. A 2024 study by the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis found that 46% of U.S. households carried credit card debt in 2022, underscoring how widespread this issue is. This isn't just a statistic, it's a systemic problem. The reality is that even if you've never taken a finance course, you're already operating under a set of hidden money rules. Some of these rules serve you, some limit you, and many quietly steer your financial life without you ever noticing. That's why today we're going to unpack the real rules of money, the fundamental truths that deeply influence how we earn, spend, save, and grow our wealth, whether we're aware of them or not. Before we get into the 7 money rules, let's take a step back and think about something most people never question. Why does money feel so hard to control? For many people, it's not that they don't earn enough or that they spend recklessly. It's that they're operating inside an invisible system, one they never consciously chose. From the moment we get our first job, money shapes our behavior. It determines the opportunities we chase, the risks we take, and even the dreams we think are possible. But the truth is, money isn't just about dollars. It's about habits, understanding, and awareness. And once you understand the hidden rules behind how money actually works, everything starts to shift. Your decisions, your confidence, and your entire financial direction. So before we break down each rule, keep this in mind. The power isn't in the money itself. The power is in how you understand it. Before we even talk about earning money, it's important to understand something most people never consider. Income is not just a number on a payslip. It's a reflection of how the world values your time and your output. But even beyond that, your income exists inside a system with layers of deductions, responsibilities, and obligations that shape how much you truly receive. Many people think earning more automatically solves their financial issues, but that's rarely true. What matters more is understanding the flow of your incomes, because the moment you become aware of the real money that reaches your hands, your choices become sharper. You stop using guesswork. You start making decisions based on reality. And that's where financial clarity begins. 1. The earn rule. You finish a long month at work, feeling proud of yourself, then your paycheck arrives. And the number is lower than you expected. Taxes, insurance, social contributions, all gone before the money even reaches your hands. This is the first rule of money. The money you earn isn't the money you actually get to use. Once you understand this, everything becomes easier. Budgeting makes sense. Planning becomes clearer. And you stop making decisions based on the number printed on your contract and start planning around what truly lands in your account. This rule isn't about unfairness. It's about awareness. You can only control the money you actually keep. 2. The spend rule. Every dollar you spend represents time from your life. If you earn $10 an hour and buy something that costs $500, you didn't spend $500. You spent 50 hours of your life. When you see spending this way, suddenly everything becomes clearer. You think twice before buying something you don't really want. You start comparing the value of the item to the hours it cost you. And you make decisions that match your priorities instead of your impulses. This rule doesn't tell you to stop spending. It simply reminds you to spend on things that truly matter. Spending money is something we do every single day, but very few people ever stop to think about what spending really represents. It's easy to see a purchase as just a number, a price tag, a moment of convenience. But spending is far more emotional and far more connected to our identity than we realize. The things we buy often reflect how we feel, not what we actually need. Every purchase has a hidden cost. Not just financial, but mental, emotional, and sometimes even long-term opportunity cost. When you start viewing spending as an exchange of your life's energy, not just your money, your entire relationship with purchases begins to shift. 3. The debt rule. Debt usually enters our life quietly. It often begins with something small, like a card swipe or a quick loan we plan to pay off soon. But debt grows if it's ignored, and the interest attached to it grows even faster. Debt is essentially trading future money for current comfort, and when you understand that, you begin to borrow with intention instead of impulse. Debt isn't always bad, but careless debt can slowly take over your financial life without you realizing it. Debt is one of the most misunderstood parts of personal finance. People often feel ashamed of it, overwhelmed by it, or convinced that it's a sign of failure. But debt, at its core, is simply a financial tool. One that can either help you or hurt you depending on how you use it. It's important to recognize that most financial systems are built on borrowing. Mortgages, businesses, governments, even corporations almost all rely on debt. The real difference between people who manage debt well and people who get trapped by it is awareness. 4. The saving rule. Saving money doesn't feel urgent until the moment you need it. Most people understand saving in theory, but emotionally, it feels distant, optional, or something they'll get to later. But saving is more than putting money aside. It's buying yourself peace. It's buying yourself time. It's buying yourself options. Think about this. Life is unpredictable. Cars break down, emergencies happen, opportunities appear out of nowhere. Savings give you the ability to handle the unexpected without panic. They're not just a financial habit. They are a form of self-protection, a buffer between you and chaos. And the earlier you build that buffer, the more secure your entire life becomes. Saving doesn't feel exciting. It's not flashy. It doesn't give you a dopamine rush. But when life surprises you, savings become your shield. A medical bill arrives. A sudden opportunity appears. With savings, these moments are manageable. Without savings, they turn into stress, panic, and sometimes disaster. Saving is not about being rich. Saving is about stability. It's the foundation that allows you to make decisions from a place of confidence instead of fear. 5. The investing rule. Investing is where money starts to work for you. It's not gambling. It's not only for wealthy people. It's the long game that turns small contributions into meaningful growth. Inflation eats your savings slowly. Investing protects you from that. It allows your money to grow, even when you're not thinking about it. Think of investing like planting a tree. You won't see much in the beginning, but with time, it becomes something powerful and valuable. The earlier you start, the better the results. Most people think investing is complicated, risky, or something you do only when you already have a lot of money. But investing isn't really about wealth, it's about time. 6. The time rule. Time multiplies everything, good or bad. A small investment grows into something meaningful when given enough years. A small debt grows into something painful if ignored for long enough. Time can work in your favor or against you. It rewards discipline, punishes avoidance. This rule is simple. Start early even if you start small. Consistency beats intensity, and time will do the heavy lifting for you. 7. The value rule. Money follows value. People are paid based on the problems they solve, the skills they bring, and the impact they create. You can work long hours and still not earn much if your work doesn't create significant value. So the real way to increase your earning potential is to increase your value. Learn more, improve your skills, solve bigger problems, offer something people genuinely need. When you grow your value, money naturally follows. These are the rules most people follow without realizing it. The earn rule, the spend rule, the debt rule, the saving rule, the investing rule, the time rule, and the value rule. Once you understand them, money becomes predictable. You stop feeling controlled by it and start using it with purpose. These rules won't make you rich overnight, but they will help you build a steady, confident financial life where you're in control.